What's happening, guys? Wanted to do a follow-up on the application I did a little video on mudflap. So earlier today, or late last night, I was in Flagstaff. When I did my other video on them, I kind of explained that there weren't too many places to fuel on the West Coast for them yet, and they were going to be adding more, which honestly I think just from the last video to this one, it looks like they did add a couple more already. The lady representative that called me told me they were working on 12 companies that should come online within the next 2 weeks. Anyway, so we hit this place here in Flagstaff, and you know, as you can see, their listed price is $286, and you know what they say is your price is $231. So right now, if I were there and I wanted to fuel, I would click on the get a fuel code, and essentially what would happen is a number comes up. You then give that number to the person at the fuel desk. It doesn't quite work like an application like Love's or Pilot, where you can activate the pump from the truck, which I rather like that, so you don't have to go, you know, for those of you that are really, really concerned about COVID, you know, you don't have to interact with people. So you pull up, you activate the pump from the truck, you can fuel, they email you a receipt, and you don't even have to walk inside. Although me, at my age, I have to go inside to go to the restroom every time anyways. But, you know, that's a video for another, that's a story for another video. Anyway, so that's the price it shows, and this was my first time using it, so I did have a $10 referral that came because I used someone else's referral code. So I got an additional $10 off, and I thought that was, you know, pretty good. What I had done is I created a route to where I'm going, and you know, I checked within what my fuel range was, and the 231 was probably the best I was going to find until I get into New Mexico. And so I topped off anyways. Took about 90 gallons, and let's see. Oh, let me go somewhere else first, because it did kind of frustrate me. I thought I had been scammed. So when I first went and activated the pump, the receipt, everything shows up with the price they have at the sign. And so for a minute there, I felt like I was not going to get my discount. Anyway, as you can read here, you know, store receipt versus mudflap receipt. The store receipt shows their current price per gallon and number of gallons pumped. Your mudflap receipt is what you will actually be charged at the discounted price per gallon. And so that was a little bit of relief. Oh, I probably didn't want to do that, but we don't need that anymore anyways. So here is the receipt that I got from them, and you know, they're showing the price here at 2.919, and if you look towards the bottom, you know, it says my net fuel was 264.34. And so with that being said, here is my actual receipt, and now it's not wanting to open it. It's the second time I try recording and it won't open in the middle of a recording. So my total for this transaction came out to $199.19. This is from 264.34, and so you could say it's about a $65 savings on 90 gallons. That adds up quick, guys. That's pretty good. Of course, it does give me, you see the blue -10. That is, a credit that came from the fact that I used someone's referral code. And so again, if you use my referral code, you'll get a $10 credit, and I'll get a $10 credit, and everybody wins. But nonetheless, that's a decent savings. I wasn't empty. I probably could have made it, to my next fueling place, but every time I try doing that and say, well, I can make it to Deming, New Mexico, which is probably where I'm going to fuel for, really close to $2 a gallon. Something happens. I get a headwind. I'm heavier than I was expecting, whatever it may be, and I end up burning more fuel, and then I don't make it. So then I buy a few gallons at a higher price to offset or to get me there. And so, I've kind of learned, take the next cheapest thing I can find and top off, and then when I get to where I think my cheapest is, top off again. And that just, it keeps the mind from stressing over running out of fuel. It does you no good to save yourself $100 in fuel if you run out of fuel and you got to pay a service call to come out and fuel you up. Anyways, so this is mudflap. I used it, tried it. It's legit. I think it's worth the savings. If you guys want to give it a shot, I'll post my referral number down in the comments or in the description, and have at it, guys. I mean, I think it's a pretty good savings. I like the routing feature. You tell it where you're going, and it'll show you the stations that are on its route. You pick the cheapest one, click directions, it takes you right to it, and fuel away. Anyways, thanks for watching. Be safe.